The Christmas creep starts earlier and earlier each year. It appears that 2025 will be no exception, as several Texas Classics holiday tunes are setting the stage for Christmas fans to begin their festivities well in advance of Turkey Day. In mid-September, I went to Hobby Lobby and saw it for the first time. They were still confined to a corner of the store, but they were ready for the eventual takeover behind the witchy decor and football-shaped paper plates. Then, a few days after Halloween, I noticed that San Antonio shops were putting up their Christmas decorations. One of them even used a hydraulic lift to move a life-size Santa statue so it could gaze over US 281. One more indication that the season is arrived. Underneath the Tree, a big holiday hit by Kelly Clarkson, who was born in Fort Worth, has officially entered the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Parade claims that this is the earliest this has ever happened. At No. 41, Clarkson almost avoids Taylor Swift's Ruin the Friendship, but is overtaken by Gunna and Burna Boy's Left, both of which are categorically unseasonable. The song Underneath the Tree peaked at No. 9 in January after initially debuting at No. 92 on the charts in 2013. Since then, it has risen higher. Last Christmas, Jingle Bell Rock, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, and Ariana Grande's Santa Tell Me are currently in the charts alongside it. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You has also defrosted, landing at No. 11, much to the dismay of retail employees. Listen, I was once a pretty ardent traditionalist who believed that Christmas should not be celebrated before Thanksgiving. I used to refer to that as being raised with morals. But as I've grown older, I've realized that an asteroid may strike at any time, and I suppose I wouldn't mind if that happened while listening to George Michael's meditation on a former lover giving his heart back on Boxing Day. In any case, I will soon be dusting up the Christmas tunes of more Texans than just Clarkson. George Strait, the king of country, recently collaborated with H.E.B. on a holiday commercial that used his 1986 hit song, When It's Christmas Time in Texas. We also have Hilary Duff's 2002 Santa Claus Lane record and Casey Musgrave's Christmas special and album to listen to and repeat. Christmas fever starts to softly tug at many fans' emotions as soon as the calendar turns to the last few days of the year. The fairy lights are taken out of the cupboard. Cinnamon candles begin to quietly return. And the naughty playlist, yes, the one with the holiday tunes, begins to reappear on repeat. However, one concern looms large each year. Is it too early? You don't need to worry if you've ever been hesitant to play a Christmas classic in mid-November, or if you've been concerned that your holiday enthusiasm could get some odd eyes. Because two of America's most cherished musical giants, Willie Nelson and Kelly Clarkson, have formally granted you license to celebrate Christmas right now. The time will come if these two tales say so. However, this piece goes beyond holiday happiness. This is about how Kelly and Willie have won over admirers of all ages by becoming the unexpected pair that unofficially ushers in the holiday season. With dazzling lights, cozy harmonies, and an unstoppable excitement, their approval did more than just open the door to Christmas. Kelly Clarkson, the Christmas modern Queen Kelly Clarkson, has evolved over the last 10 years from a formidable pop singer to one of the contemporary voices most closely linked to Christmas. Her voice has the unique capacity to make holiday music feel cozy, intimate, and alive, not on intention. Like Mariah Carey and Bing Crosby, but with an own style, Kelly became a holiday mainstay as soon as she released Wrapped in Red in 2013. Kelly is the singer of Real People Christmas, the chaotic, humorous, passionate, and heartfelt version that fans can identify with, while Mariah is the diva of glitzy Christmas memories. However, Kelly didn't just release a holiday song or do a merry cover this year. When she announced that it was now time to appreciate Christmas guilt-free, she struck a much deeper chord with her fans. Kelly joked with her followers and audience during a recent behind-the-scenes moment that she was granting them permission to begin celebrating Christmas early if they were waiting for it. Although her remark was humorous, fans took it personally. For millions of people, Kelly Clarkson represents emotional freedom, comfort, and cultural expression in addition to being a singer. Who's to argue with Kelly if she says it's time to deck the halls? And there's something wonderfully human Behind that lighthearted consent, hosting, acting, touring, and raising her children are all part of Kelly's hectic life as a single mother. She views Christmas as an emotional reset, a time for thankfulness, community, creativity, and coziness, rather than a stressful duty. In many respects, approving the early celebration felt like her granting her followers permission to once more be tender, happy, and hopeful. A country legend with a holiday heart. Willie Nelson grants spiritual license to America's heritage, just as Kelly Clarkson grants emotional permission to regular fans. Christmas has always held a special place in the heart of the 91-year-old country music legend, who continues to sing with the passion of a cowboy poet. Willie himself appears to capture the subtle charm of the season. Warm, sentimental, wise, and gentle, and his timeless album, Pretty Paper, is still among the most poignant holiday recordings ever made. Recently, Willie humorously repeated a sentiment similar to Kelly's during a sweet chat and a few appearances with a holiday theme. Christmas doesn't require a date. Answer the spirit's call if it comes. Celebrate right now. Life is too brief to let the calendar limit happiness. Fans were strongly affected by this sentiment. Willie's message was gentle, strong, and reassuring, and it felt like a benediction from an elder to a man who has experienced decades of transformation, victory, suffering, and rebirth. He brought to light a fact that many people overlook. Christmas is more of an emotion than a season. A sense of giving. A warning to slow down. A call to view the world with a sense of innocence and optimism. And who better to convey to America that it's acceptable to celebrate early than Willie Nelson, with his kind voice and ageless wisdom. Fans felt more prepared than ever to enter the season of joy after Willie's heartfelt benediction and Kelly's fervent encouragement. A magical holiday team. Without you doing anything. Willie Nelson and Kelly Clarkson are from two distinct worlds. Country versus pop powerhouse for the holidays versus calm legend mellow soul versus festive energy. Nevertheless, they managed to become the unanticipated unofficial Christmas season ambassadors this year. Not via a prearranged partnership. Not through a commercial campaign or a glitzy duet. But just by sending fans sincere, emotional remarks. Kelly brings a sense of excitement, warmth, coziness, and life to Christmas. Willie gives Christmas a sense of reverence, stability, nostalgia, and tranquility. When taken as a whole, their voices capture the whole range of what the holidays mean to many individuals. Strangely perfect, the combination is a gift to followers who were unaware that they required permission to experience happiness at a young age. Why Christmas is begin earlier than ever for fans each year. More people than in past generations begin decorating, enjoying music, and embracing the holiday spirit early. This cultural change has legitimate causes. 1. People crave relaxation because they feel like the world is weighty. Nearly everyone has suffered from daily stress, personal hardships, and global uncertainty. Holidays provide stability, emotional relief, and a sense of naivete. 2. Healing comes from nostalgia. Christmas brings back memories of simpler times, complete with cozy lights, family get-togethers, and well-known tunes. The holiday transition is made extra simpler by Kelly and Willie, who both embody musical nostalgia in different ways. 3. Humans are drawn to connection. Opportunities for intimacy arise throughout the holidays, whether through shared customs, music, or movies. 4. Willie and Kelly made it feel alright. Fans expressed the same sentiment on social media this year. If Kelly Clarkson says it's time, then I'm doing it. Christmas is formally in session if Willie Nelson gives his blessing. The two stars provided many people with the emotional green light they were unaware they needed. The impact of music during the holidays. Listeners are drawn into familiar situations by Kelly Clarkson's Christmas music, including happy get-togethers, long-distance love, healing, breakups, and comfortable nights at home. She sings about the true emotional terrain that lies behind the joy of the holidays. Her voice envelops listeners like a cozy blanket. It is bright, spacious, and reassuring. In contrast, Willie Nelson's voice is steady, mellow, and reflecting, much like a light snowfall. The silence of winter mornings, the melancholy of bygone eras, the softer moments of the season, and the tenderness of lifelong customs are all reflected in his Christmas classics. There is an irresistible fusion of emotion and tradition when both performers announce the arrival of the holiday season. Their impact changes the definition of too early. The unexpected moment when fans were unaware of their needs. Willie Nelson and Kelly Clarkson have no intention of altering the cultural norms surrounding the timing of Christmas. But just by being themselves, they accomplished something extraordinary. Kelly's warmth, humor, and transparency serve as a reminder that happiness is the essence of life, no matter when it manifests. Willie taught audiences that happiness is unconstrained by norms with his ageless presence. The message was instantly accepted by fans across. On a lengthy journey for some, it meant turning on Underneath the Tree. For others, it meant baking for the first time this year, lighting candles, or bringing out the decorations. Some people just took a deep breath and gave themselves a period of calm, which comes easily during the holiday season. At its core, Christmas is about hope. Furthermore, hope shouldn't wait till December. Consequently, you are authorized, in case you've been anticipating a sign. It's not too soon if you've been waiting for someone to tell you that. If you've been looking for a reliable voice, don't search any farther. Celebrate now, urges Kelly Clarkson. Celebrate now, urges Willie Nelson. And truthfully, most likely, your heart says the same thing. So proceed. Turn on the music. Light the tree. Bake the cookies. Put the stockings on. See the films. Activate the lights that twinkle. Let happiness into the room at the beginning of the year. You don't just begin the holidays with heart, with purpose, and with the approval of two of the finest voices in American music when Kelly Clarkson and Willie Nelson grant you permission.